Good morning, guys. Man, I missed you so much. I hope you had a great break, and I am hoping that at the end of these 3 weeks we can go back to school for at least a little bit so I can see all of you and we can have some more fun in class together because I so miss going into the classroom and seeing you guys and hearing all your fun stories and talking with you, and it makes me so sad that we can't go back for another couple weeks, but hopefully you're all staying safe and you're all healthy at home. So this week for math, we're going to start reviewing some stuff that we've already done in the classroom. So this week we're going to be working on factors and multiples, and these are both things we've done all year long. So remember, factors are the numbers that we multiply together to get to the product. So remember, when we say factor, we say multiplication, factor, factor, product. So if we were looking for the factors of 8, we would say 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Remember, a lot of times in class we would write it as 1 times 8, 2 times 4. We would say, what are the factors of 8? Well, they are 1 and 2 and 4 and 8. So that is factor. Other word we're working on this week is multiples. And remember, when we say multiples, we say multiples sounds like multiply. We go high, high, high. That number gets higher and higher and higher. So if we were doing our multiples, remember, it's like skip counting. I'll put a hint here for you guys because you guys mix them up sometimes. It's like skip counting. We're going to use our songs for multiples. So if we were doing multiples of 8, we would have 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. 48, 56, and 64, 72, and 80. Those are the multiples. The number gets higher and higher and higher. Now, when we talk about factors and multiples, we also had 2 other words that came in, and these were opposites of each other. So we had prime and composite numbers. So if you remember back to class, a prime number is a number that when we look at the factors, has factors of only 1 and itself. So if I look at the number 7, what are the factors of 7? Well, they're only 7 and 1. So 7 is a prime number, okay? 7's a prime number. Another one that might be a prime number is 13. What are the factors of 13? Well, they're only 1 and 13. So 13 is a prime number. So the opposite of prime is composite. So if this is a number that has factors of only 1 in itself, a composite number is a number that has more factors than 1 and itself. So if we go back to the number 8 we were looking at, 8 has 1 times 8, 2 times 4. So it has factors other than just 1 and 8. It also has 2 and 4, so 8 is a composite number. Now there are 2 numbers that don't fit any of those rules. They're not prime and they're not composite. And the 2 numbers that are neither are 0 and 1. So don't let them trick you. They're not prime. They're not composite. So I'm going to go through and help you guys with some of your Tuesday homework today. So if you watch this video, you should get a 100 and get it super easy. So if you don't do great, I probably know you didn't watch the video. So the first question, it says select the word that completes the following sentence. So we've got to choose between prime and composite. So it says a blank number, prime or composite, has exactly only 2 factors, 1 and itself. We just talked about that. What type of number has only 2 factors, 1 in itself? Prime. Okay? So the next question says a blank number has more than 2 factors. Well, if it's not prime, it has to be composite. So this one has more than 2. This one has only 2. Man, maybe I should have looked at these ahead of time because I already gave you the answer to number 3. They're asking for the factors. Let me put that up here, I guess. Number 3, the factors of 8. Well, we know factors are multiplication, factor, factor, product. We made the multiplication sign. We're going to be multiplying to get to 8. So we always start with 1. 1 times 8 is 8. We do 2. Well, yeah, it's even. So 2 times 4 is 8, and after 2 comes 3. We can't do 3 times anything. And remember, we made it back to 4, so we're done. So the factors of 8 are 1 and 2 and 4 and 8. That's it. Our next one asks us to list the factors of 12, so let's do the same thing. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. Our next number would be 3. Can we count by 3s to get to 12? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yep, we got to 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. Well, hey, when we count, 4 comes right after 3, so we are done. If you don't like to write them this way, guys, do it the other way. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. We've got 6 factors to the number 12. It doesn't ask you this, but we know because there's 6 factors, would 12 be prime or composite? It would be composite. So number 5 asks us to list the factors of 23. So I know 1 times 23 equals 23. So the next number would be 2. Can I count by 2s to get to 23? Well, it's not an even number, so no. How about 3s to get to 23? So we can count by 3s, or we can try our 3s trick. 2 plus 3 is 5. Is that a multiple of 3? No, so I can't do 3s. How about 4s? 4, 8, 12, and 16. 20, 24. We skipped right over it. Can we count by 5s? Well, look at that last digit. No, it's not a 5 or a 0. Remember, our 6 rule said we had to be able to count by 2s and 3s to get there by 6s. Can we count by 6s? No. 7s. 7, 14, 21. Come and see what I can do. 20. No. 8s. No. 9s. Try our 9s trick. I get to 27. 10. Guys, there are no other factors at 23, which means 23 is what kind of number? Prime. This next question I kind of like. So it asks you to list the multiples of 4, but then they gave them to you in a grid. So you have to think a little bit. This isn't something we've looked at in class, but you guys totally know it. So first, just list the multiples of 4. So we're going to count. 4, 8, 12, and 16. 20, 24. 28 and 32, 36 and 40. And then you're going to look at that chart and you're just going to find the one that has the multiples of 4 colored yellow. Okay, number 7, prime versus composite. I'm not going to do all these. You need to do a teeny bit of work. But we will do, let's see, the first 2, and then you only have 3 problems to do on your own today. So our first one is 5. So let's look at the factors of 5. We can do 1 times 5. Can we multiply by 2s to get to 5s? No. Can I count by 3s? 3, 6, 9? No. 4s? 4, 8? No. So this is it. So if we only have two factors of 5, that means 5 has to be prime. And my next number down here is 7. So let's list the factors of 7. 1 times 7. 2 times what, 7? Well, nothing. Not a whole number, at least. Can I count by 3s to get to 7? 3, 6, 9? No. About 4s? 4, 8, 12? No. 5s? It doesn't matter, 5 or 0. 6s? So guys, we also only have 2 factors of 7, which means that if 5 was prime, 7 is also prime. So you need to go in and finish 12, 22, and 9 and tell me if they are prime or composite. And you're done for the day. That's it. Let me know if you need me to go over any of these other questions today or if you have any questions on any of this stuff. Have an awesome day, guys, and I hope to talk to you soon.